with respect to payments, okay, so please go through the payments. I think the soft copy of the notes has been shared with you. Is it for manual testing?
Yes, ma'am.
And your payment gateway test cases are also shared with you, right? Yes, Neha?
Ma'am, your voice is breaking. Is it from my side problem or?
Voice is breaking, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
What about others? Others are able to hear me?
No,
It's
ma'am.
clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Sneha, then it might be some issue from your end. Maybe your network is not very great. So please check. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Let me just open the question list and share the screen. That will be helpful. Okay. So where were we? Test scenarios for integration testing with given valid UPI ID. See, these are very simple ones. So what you need to do is go to your application, Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm, whichever application you have. Just try to play with this. Okay, these are very simple. Okay, once you start working on that, you will understand. Okay. Next one, integration and other test scenarios from checkout to payment page. Okay, payment module upon UI. So in the UI, once after you click on checkout, and then what all you get in the payment. Okay, all the shipping details you provide and all the card details, or if you do it through UPI ID or UPI, or if it is if you're using net banking option. So check, they're actually mentioning it as payment module, up to payment module. So you have to mention which are all the options that could be available. So it is not mandatory for all the applications. They might use UPI. For all the applications, they might not use all the options like card, net banking, and UPI. Maybe some other options might also be included. So you have to test all that. So that again depends on the requirement. It depends on the requirement, whatever was mentioned by them. So all these things should be present. Okay, so here they are saying what are all the test scenarios with respect to UI. If you see here, it is with respect to the UI. Okay, for any e-commerce application. So now you can take an example of any of the application that you have worked on or you are showing experience on. You better take that, or if you're confident on a very simple application, say Amazon or Flipkart, which you have used a lot, so you can use those applications and try explaining. Okay, but you need to do some work on this. Okay, you will not be able to get scenarios when the interviewer asks you. As soon as he asks you, will not be able to remember, or you cannot think at that point of time. Okay, so you need to be prepared. Only when you practice, you can think about all these. Okay, you will get to know different scenarios. That is where you can make cases. Okay, test cases. Next, what is RTM, and have you involved in that, and when you will write it? Okay, what is RTM? I hope you all know. If you do not know, please go back. You're not supposed to say that you do not know. Okay, were you involved in the preparation of RTM? So I would say that you better say that you were involved in preparation of traceability matrix. Okay, requirement traceability matrix. What does RTM mean? Is it reverse traceability matrix or requirement traceability matrix? Am I audible or not? Nobody wants to speak. Okay, I'll just proceed with my job. Am I not audible? I don't even. Okay, fine. I'll just continue. Okay. So RTM is requirement traceability matrix, and whether you were involved in preparation of RTM, I want you guys to say yes. You know, RTM has been covered to you in your manual class. I hope it is covered. If I ask you, don't even say yes or no, because you yourself don't
Yeah,
remember.
ma'am. To get a good test coverage, we will go with the traceability.
Why don't you guys answer as soon as I ask you? Should I wait for a minute for just an yes or no? I'm not telling this to the person who
No,
answered.
ma'am.
I
For
know who
me,
answered.
voice is breaking.
Okay, maybe, but what about others? Nobody speaks. What is this, guys? When you are in my situation, you would understand. I don't know why this batch is okay. Fine. So were you involved in preparation of RTM? Say yes. Okay. You have to say yes. You were involved in preparation of traceability matrix. So basically, why do we prepare the traceability matrix? Basically, that is prepared to make sure that there's a good test coverage. Okay, test coverage. That means when I take the requirement, so for each requirement there should be at least one test case covered. Okay, at least one, but you can have many. Okay, in the traceability matrix you can show it as just one test case, but if you have written like on one requirement, if you have requirement point, what is that requirement point? The acceptance criteria point. For that one particular point, you there's a possibility that you can write 10 cases. Okay, so you have to mention that there is at least one test case for one requirement. Okay, and when you will write it? When do you write it? I want you all to speak now. This answer I'm not going to give. Think an answer. When will you write the traceability matrix? Okay, I'll just take some rest. You don't speak, I'll also not continue. This might not be taught, okay, but you need to answer. Think, analyze, and then answer. Just give it a try.
Before the test execution process.
Okay. Once after writing the test cases, to make sure whether the coverage is good, you prepare the traceability matrix and make sure that there are test cases for each and every requirement.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all. Simple. You know everything, but I don't know why you guys hesitate. Some of the questions might not be covered in a straightforward way in your manual class. Maybe even I haven't told you in a straightforward way. Do you remember? I keep on telling you stories.
Even
Each
we
and
can
every
do
point.
traceability
Okay.
matrix before sending to.
Not actually. 1 second. Somebody is trying to join, I guess. Okay, 1 second, Pawan. So, what was that? Even before sending to the client, that is actually not the right way. You can do it. I'm not saying no, okay, but better way, better time is to prepare before the test execution, because you have to make sure that the test coverage is good. You have lot of time as a
Before
QA
sending to review, madam.
to client.
Before sending to reviewing, madam, for test
Okay,
lead
okay.
or
Reviewing is okay, fine.
before sending to review.
Right. Before sending it to the reviewer. Okay, that is fine. I thought it is before sending it to client. Okay. Okay, different states of bug.
Open, closed,
Hmm.
enhancement,
In an interview, if they ask you, you have to explain.
establishment.
They ask you for just a simple question which might require an answer, one word answer, but you have to explain it like a story. Trust me, that that actually gives a very good impression. Okay, if they ask you what is your name, don't just say Apurva. You have to say my name is Apurva. Do you understand the difference? Form some sentence. Just don't tell them the skeletal form of your answer. Okay, add some muscles, skin, okay, blood, so that give it some life, and then try to answer. You're not saying something. I mean, out of space. Okay, whatever you know, just say that, but make it a little beautiful and beautify it, and then try to answer. Okay, that actually comes within. I cannot teach you all that, guys. So whenever you answer, just try to beautify that answer and then answer. Okay, here you are saying that I understand. So different states of a bug is nothing but the defect life cycle. So the main part of the defect life cycle, please try to explain that. Okay, but tell them, so whenever I get a bug, okay, I raise it. So when as soon as I raise it, I assign it to as soon as I raise it, in what state it will be? It will be in new state, okay, or open state. Then I or the QA is going to assign it to the developer. Once it has been changed to assign, it is going to be changed to assigned state. Yes or no? Or I'll be changing it explicitly. I would change it to assigned state. Now, what will happen? The developer will pick it and he will start working on it. When he start working on it, he'll change the status to in progress or in development, or in not in development. In progress would be a better word. In progress. And these states, which I'm telling you, they are customizable. Okay, in Jira or TFS, wherever, whichever project management tool or defect management tool you take. 1 second, guys. So it is customizable. Okay, you can custom. I mean, not you, but okay. Okay, so not you, but it is customizable. All the states or status in bug, in any of the project management tool or the defect management tools, okay, it is customizable. So instead of keeping it as new or assigned, I can keep it as new unless and until it has been assigned to or it has been picked up by the developer. We can just keep it a new state. Okay, it is not mandatory that we have to change it to assigned state, but a typical defect life cycle, when they ask you, okay, just to answer in a very generic way, usually freshers answer it in that way, but yeah, when you answer, please try to explain. Then the developer will take it and he will start working on it. When he starts working on it, he will change the status to in progress. Okay, you might, what is that you have been taught on this state when the developer picks up the issue? In progress or what? What is the state that you have learned? When the developer picks the issue, he starts working on it. What is that he is going to change? What is the state that he is going to change as?
Fixed status.
Sorry?
Fixed status.
Fixed down. He has just picked. That's all. He's just considered that particular bug. He thinks that, okay, I need to pick this up and I need to work on it. He has not fixed it.
Apurva, are we discussing about the Jira tool?
Yeah, so we are speaking about the defect status
Okay.
or the bug status.
If it's with the developer, it will be in-dev status or in progress status.
Great. Guys, why don't you guys speak up, yeah?
He
Okay.
just joined in, Apurva. I'm sorry, I was not in the context.
No, not you. It was not you. I was speaking about others. I don't know where are others today. Yesterday also, there were very less people. Okay. They might have thought that project class is over. Okay. Difference between regression and retesting. Can somebody tell me? These are very simple questions.
Regression testing will be the testing of the build, even if all the other features are might be affected. Testing of the other features of that particular build, if it is might be affected because of while fixing the bug. Retesting is the testing of that particular feature, whether it will be working or not. It is.
Don't tell me the difference. Tell me what is retesting then.
Retesting will be the testing of that particular build, which is nothing but a re-evaluating of the re-evaluating of the defect, whether it is working process is correct or not.
Okay. So if you test the bug fix, if you find a bug and you raise it, okay, and once the developer fixes it, he gives you a new build for the defect that you found. Okay, now you're going to test only that part of the bug. Whatever bug you had found, okay, you're just checking whether that particular issue is fixed or not. Issue, when I say issue, that bug, whether it is working or not, working fine or not. So that is nothing but retesting. Okay. Attributes and test case. Okay, this you all know. I've covered it. Please go through that. Do you have knowledge or hands-on Selenium automation? See, this I cannot tell you whether you have to say it as yes or no. But yeah, if you're going through Selenium or automation classes, so please say yes. Otherwise, say no. What happens in some of the companies? Guys, 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. I'm sorry. Okay, where were we? So some of the companies, am I audible? Just
Yes,
need a
Apurva, you're
confirmation.
audible.
Okay, so when some of the companies, what their expectation is, when you say that yes, I'm going through automation course, so I'm very much interested to learn automation and switch my job, or switch to automation. When you say that, they might think, or they might not choose you in the first call itself. The HR, whenever he gives you a call, okay, telephonic. He gives you a call on your number, right? So that time they might think, some of the companies, they might think, okay, they are very much interested in automation, so this is not the right candidate, because he might work for a very short duration and he might switch his job as he's going through his automation course. That is one way that they can think. The other in the other hand, on the other hand, they might think like, okay, they are interested in automation, so yeah, we also have opportunities for automation, so he's the right candidate, he or she is the right candidate. So once they learn automation, so we can pull them to automation team. That is what they can think. And sometimes if they do not have any automation, and if they're planning to start any automation team, so they might think, yeah, you might help them, or in one or the other way. So since you have some knowledge on automation, they think that you can try some of the automation tasks. Okay, so some of the companies take it in a positive way, some of the companies do not take it in a positive way. So that again depends. If you want to say that yes, you are interested, or you are going through some of the courses, you can say. Or if they ask you, do you have any experience working on automation, Selenium automation or Java or Python, whatever, so please say no. Okay, if they ask you if you have hands-on, please say no. Okay, because you do not have, you're looking for manual. If you're looking out, if you're completed your automation course, and then if you're pretty confident that you can crack the interview, then you can say yes, and you can also apply for automation openings. First round questions, tell me about yourself. So basically in the first round would be in some of the employment firms. Okay, there would be one client round. Before that, they would do screening. Okay, so the screening is just to make sure, before sending you as a candidate to the client, they want to make sure how good you are. That's all. Okay, they're not going to in the first round itself, they might not give you a job, but yeah, once you clear the first round, then only they're going to send you to the second round, which would be the client round. But if it is a product based company, or if you are not on the you're not working for a client, if you're working on an in-house project, so it would be just there also it would be just 1 round or 2 rounds, or in some of the companies there'll be 3 rounds, 3 technical rounds, and then 1 HR. Once you clear all of them, if you're done with all the technical rounds, it's kind of like you got your job. When it comes to HR round, it is just the salary discussion, okay, in the HR round. But yeah, you have to clear all the technical rounds. So it depends from company to company. So it can be 1 round, 2 round, 3 rounds, okay. Now, in the first round, it can be a screening round. If it is not for the client, if it's for the in-house project, they will ask you in depth. If it is just the screening, then they would ask you, they would check how your confidence is, how active you are, what is your body language. So all these things they check, and based on that, main thing is your skill set, okay, how good are you with the concept. So they're going to see, check all that, and they're going to send you to the client round. Second round, they'll select you for the second round. So first thing, first round questions, the very first question, that is tell me about yourself, which is really, really important. Okay, the eye contact is very important. So even if it is a virtual interview, if they have not turned on their camera, even though they have not turned on the camera, please look at your screen. Don't look here and there. It might happen that if you want to think, if you're thinking something, they ask you a question, you look at them, they ask you a question, you make the eye contact, they ask you a question, and then when they ask you a question, you're actually lost, and you feel like you need to remember something. So you just look here and there, okay. If you do it once or twice, that's okay, but repeatedly, if you look at some other out of the screen somewhere else, so they might ask you, where are you looking, who is there, is anybody helping you, or do you have any book there, any screen there. So they might doubt, okay, they might get into doubt, and they might ask you, what is that you see every time. Okay, please have that eye contact. Even if they have not turned on the camera, please look at the screen, okay, a blank screen, whatever, whichever screen you see. So please look at the screen and then answer, okay. Don't look here and there, have that eye contact. Okay, which type of testing you have done? Tell them all the types of testings that you have done. I say that you have also done mobile application testing. Say that you have expertise working with ADB commands, Android Studio, SaaS proxy. I mean, whichever you're confident with, tell them all that. And explain me about your project explanation. So I think this I have not covered much. So when they ask you about your project, so tell them what was the purpose of your project. Say for example, if it is, can you tell me some of the projects? Say Red Bus, okay. If you have Red Bus, okay, if you say that you worked for Red Bus and Red Bus was your previous project, what is Red Bus for? What is the use of Red Bus? Why do you use Red Bus as an end
To
user?
book the bus.
To
Mode of
book the
transport.
bus. Sorry?
Mode of transportation.
Yeah, that's correct. What is the main reason that you use Red Bus? To book the bus, to book a bus, right? If you want to travel, so you need to book a bus, or I think train tickets are also available there, right? In Red Bus. I think I've explored the application a long time back. Yeah, I just remember. Okay, never mind. So the main reason for the development of Red Bus is to book bus, right? Or if I say, what is the reason that of development of any other application? Tell me some application, no, that you are working on, or you're saying that you have worked on.
Leica.
Nika. So that is again e-commerce only. Uh, so basically, they sell all the beauty products. If I'm not wrong, Nika does this just that, right? I have never used Nika. Right. So all the beauty products. So you can say that you get all kinds of beauty products in one platform. That is where Nika comes into picture. So what is the main goal of building that project, or what is that actually ideally used for? Okay. So tell them what is that project in just one sentence. What does it do? When it comes to Amazon, you guys know they sell all types of products. That's it, right? Online, 24/7, right? Do you have any timing? No. You can book the product anytime in the day. Okay. So tell them the main reason that the project or your application was developed, and then tell them the domain. That is very important. Tell them the domain. I was working for so and so application, which is into so and so domain. Okay. And then basically this product was developed for so and so reason. Now try to explain. So we have the home screen there. The list of products will be shown. And if I want a specific product, I have a search box where I can go and type the product. So if that exists, I can select it in the autocomplete feature. Or if I want to search for some other product, then I can just type in the product name and click on the search icon. Okay, and the list of products which are related to the product that I searched for should be shown. Okay, and out of them, if I like any product, if I want to purchase any product, then I go click on that particular product. If I click on the image, then the image or the details, you have the product, right? So in that particular card, wherever you click, that should actually take me to the details page. So there, what all you had, all the information about the product. So just tell them the flow. Okay, and with respect to the payment, with respect to cart orders, once the order is being done, okay, you start explaining. If you feel like okay, that's enough, they would stop you. Okay, and they would switch to the next question. And when it comes to e-commerce, nobody would be very much interested in what your project is all about if they have if it is a very familiar project or the application. Okay, now what is or difference? Okay, what is the difference between SDLC and STLC? Can somebody tell me? What is the difference between SDLC and STLC? Soon, come on.
SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle. This is majorly for the development team, which involves coding, reviewing of the code, and execution of the code, checking the logics and all that. Where STLC is a part of SDLC, which stands for Software Test Lifecycle, which involves understanding the software, exploring the software, writing the test cases, test plans, test scenarios, and executing those test cases and all that.
Okay, software test life cycle, what you explained is correct, but there is something wrong in development life cycle. It is not just dedicated for development. Can you just go through? You mentioned the second part is correct, but in the first part itself, you missed the second. That is software testing life cycle. After development, you did not mention about testing in SDLC.
Yes.
You mentioned it as it is very specific to the development team.
Yeah.
Where it is not, right?
Yes.
When I say development in some of the while explaining some of the concepts, I might have told development team. That doesn't mean that only developers. If it is only for developers, I would have mentioned it as developers. But when I say development team, even testers are included. Please try to understand this, guys, all of you. Okay, Puneet, you got it? You got the difference, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Right. Okay. All right. SDLC is part of STLC or STLC is part of SDLC. Obviously, STLC is part of SDLC. Yes or no? Correct?
Yes.
Which methodology you used in your project? Which methodology?
Agile methodology.
What do you mean by agile?
An incremental and iterative process of developing a software.
Okay.
Wherein
My question is, give me the literal meaning of agile. What do you mean by agile?
it moves quickly, like flexible enough, like it changes.
It's flexible. Okay. Right. So which meeting you attended? Which are all the meetings that you attended? You guys know? Let's not go through that. Bug triage meeting. So what is the meaning of triage? Triage means sorting. It is sorting. Okay. So basically in the bug triage meeting, we sort the bugs. Okay. Next, how you wrote the test case and which tool you used for test case management. Okay. If they ask you this one, how did you write test cases? So basically we wrote the test cases in an Excel or on the spreadsheet, and we did not actually have any separate tool for as a test case repository. Instead, we were actually storing the test cases that we had written in the shared drive. Clear? I have already told you this because we have no access so that we can show you any of the tools. And most of the companies, okay, I can say 90% of the companies, as far as I know, or 90% or 80% of the companies at least, they use Excel or spreadsheets to write test cases. Okay, clear? Now, which test case design technique you used for test case? Which are all the types of
Boundary
test
value analysis, class
Bound-
partitioning,
boundary value?
state
Okay.
transition,
Mm-hmm.
class partitioning, state transition technique,
Mm-hmm.
and then guessing technique, error guessing technique.
Okay. Then
Decision table.
okay. Any other? Okay, fine. Just please revise on that. What is the next question? What is state transition diagram technique? Okay, all this please go through. These are straightforward questions. What is the difference between regression testing and retesting? This is covered. What's the difference between smoke and sanity? This is being covered. Which defect tracking tool you have used? What do you say? Jira. Okay, that's the only one. Please just mention that. Okay, because again, most of the companies use Jira. Okay, which type of API testing you have, because that is the single platform where you which acts as a project management as well as defect management tool. Okay, which type of API testing have you done and which tool you have used? Which tool? If they ask, say Postman, no other tool. Okay, which are all the other tools that you know when it comes to API testing?
Android Studio.
Hey, who's that? Guys, please
Soap UI,
be careful.
JMeter.
Yes, okay. Swagger, okay. There are so many. Just have some idea on what is actually at least existing, okay. Guys, I don't know who was laughing, but please don't laugh. Even I mean, everybody makes mistakes. Okay, can you tell me can you tell me which type of sorry, there was one more. Which type of API testing have you done? Which type of API testing have you done?
RESTful, like using RESTful, like all the
Okay.
methods, ma'am.
Okay.
To get.
Okay. Fine.
Can we answer that as a CRUD operations, Apurva?
They are nothing but HTTPS methods she already
Okay.
mentioned. It is
Yeah.
nothing. It is one and the same. Okay.
Okay.
Guys, please don't get confused. CRUD operations and HTTP methods are both same. Okay. Fine. Can you tell me which type status code you have encountered in your project? So yeah, which are all the status codes that you have come across in your project? Which are all the ones that you know, or you can say?
Delete, we can say 2.204. Then
Start with 200. Okay.
okay.
Tell me. 200, 201, 200. Okay. 201 created. Just try to explain what that is. Okay. As soon as you cover, if they ask you, just tell me which are all the status codes that you have come across. Just tell them not just 200. Instead, tell them 200. Okay. What does it actually mean? If you get 200, what is it? 200. Okay, right? So 201 created. In 400 series, please try to cover. Very important ones are 400 bad request. Okay. 401 unauthorized. 403 forbidden. And 403 is done, right? 403 is forbidden. 409, sorry, 404 not found. 409 conflict. 500, you can say 502 and 503. 500 is internal server error. 502 is, I mean, these are very important ones which you frequently get. Okay. 500 also you might get, but the 502 and 503, not always. Okay, not always. You might find it sometime. Okay. Difference between 401 and 403, unauthorized and forbidden. You need to have an understanding. Does anybody need any clarification on this, or you guys know this? Forbidden and unauthorized. Can somebody tell me so that it will be a brief?
401 is unauthorized. It means
Hmm.
author is identified, but access is not given.
Basically,
Whereas
the
basically access is
recognition.
not given for that particular resource. Okay,
Okay.
or like to do particular action. Okay.
Mm.
Whereas forbidden, it's like author is not identified and access is also not given. It's like completely banned.
No, no,
Forbidden.
no, 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 no. There's a slight confusion here.
And then can we say like this, ma'am? Like we can view the document, but we cannot
See,
make the
403
changes.
doesn't mean 403 doesn't mean they have no permission. Also, so 2 points you mentioned. No, the first point
Yeah.
is not correct. It is just the second point. He does not have access. That's all. Say, for example, I gave you an example of what is that HRM application. So I told you about that application. Sorry, leave applying module. Correct? Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. So ideally, who does who actually applies? The employee, or yeah, maybe you will apply. Okay, and your lead or your manager is going to approve it. Okay, now will another person who is in the same position as yours, will he or she be able to approve your leave? No, right? So when he or she tries to access, or in while performing API testing, when she performs the approval what action, she should not be allowed. She should not be allowed. It is just the access denial. That's all. Okay, so don't
Okay.
get
User
confused.
is identified, but access
Huh.
denial. Okay.
Yes. So he or she is allowed to enter the application, but he or she has no access to do that particular action. Got it? Okay. Have you involved in test plan? I hope I have covered this. So if you are like 2 years of experience, if you're showing 2 years of experience, then say that you did not get a chance to look or work on a test plan. But if you are planning to show more than 3 years of experience, say yes, you have worked on test plan, and tell them, try to explain them the test plan. Okay, whatever is taught to you in your manual class, that would suffice the requirement. I mean, their expectation. Real time scenarios on Hotstar. Okay, this will come into picture if you are attending some OTT requirements, like um, there is IGS, Zukitech. So those companies, if you are attending, you might be asked this question. Will you please go through some of the scenarios of Hotstar? Can somebody tell me some of the scenarios or cases for Hotstar? If I leave it to you, you will never go back and check. So I want it to be discussed on in the class. I'm not saying my part is over. It is just that you guys have to answer. Hot star. Has anybody explored this application? Yes, no. That's a boolean. You can say yes, or if you have not done it, say no.
Not explored, Purva, but yes, gone through the application.
If you've gone through, please try to answer. That is where you give your brain some work to think, right? So please try. I mean, I'm not just telling it to Puneet. Everybody should do it. If you have not used, if you have not explored the application, please go through the application. Try to explore the application. Okay? Please do it. If you don't do it, I'm not the one who is going to lose anything. Okay. Puneet, if you have explored, could you please tell me some of the cases? I'm sorry if there's a background noise. That's my baby. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Like browsing a particular video in the app. Is it in the app or the web application, Apurva?
Anything you wish. That's
Oh,
fine. But the functionality matters
yeah,
again.
searching for particular shows and playback of that particular shows. and subscription of the Hotstar, and few videos which is available only for the subscription but not for the normal users, and guest user accessibility, the login user accessibilities, and all that.
Yeah, but could you please elaborate a bit? You're just telling me the
Yeah.
scenarios, but I want some cases.
Okay, so check if the after subscription the available content, the content is available for the subscribed users, which is locked for the normal users.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And while playing back as a normal user, the subscribed content should not play. It should give a message that you have to subscribe to the Hotstar to view this video.
Great. Right.
And searching a particular TV show and giving a similar suggestions for the same,
Mm-hmm.
and latest releases for Hotstar to be displayed on the home page. Check
Right.
if that has been displayed. Uh,
Categories you
yeah,
have.
yeah, categories, and filtering out maybe by language and all that, and check if the video playback is good. Uh,
Okay.
we can give as many scenarios as we want,
Right.
Apurva.
Yeah, we can give, but I want some more. I mean, I was expecting some of the scenarios. I mean that is good enough. Okay.
Okay.
You also have the interruption, where if you're watching a movie or uh, any of the series, okay, if you get a call, what will happen? If you get a notification, what will happen? If you get a message, what will happen? I mean, what
Yeah.
should happen? So
Yeah.
you have to explain this shouldn't happen. I mean, this is how it has to behave.
Okay.
Again, it differs from application to application based on their requirement, but ideally we'll have a standard format, right? So when I say e-commerce application, basically what do? You search for a product,
Yeah.
list of products will be shown in the listing page, product listing page, all the e-commerce applications will have, right? So
Mhm.
whichever product you like, you click on that, the details page will be shown. Again, in all the applications, what will the details page contain? All the information regarding, I mean, with respect to that particular product which you have selected. So
Mm.
I mean, these are the basic way or flows that you have in all the e-commerce application, most of the e-commerce applications. So just try to explain them, though at least the basic flow or
The
uh,
basic functionality of
basic
the application.
functionality or
Yeah.
the flow. Okay, try
Okay.
to cover
Okay.
these things.
Okay.
Okay, what is next? Hotstar. What is Epic and Story Point? Do you guys know this? You should know. What is
Yeah.
Epic and Story Point?
Regarding this question, Apurva, I have a silly doubt.
Hmm.
Like, why should we call it as Epic when it is already called as user stories? User stories is not, Epic is nothing but a collection of user stories, right?
Hmm.
So why there is a different name for it?
See, Epic is collection of stories.
Yeah.
Um, okay, let me make you understand it in this way.
Mhm.
You have a well. Okay, can you bring well to your home and can you keep the well so that you can use water? Not possible. You have to
Yeah.
take some water, uh, uh, and you have to shift it to a can or a tank, okay, a small tank, and then you can bring it home, or in a
Yeah.
bag or in a bottle, right? So
Correct.
you have to, so it is actually feasible. Okay, when you have stories, stories will actually be created once after you create an epic, once after you make an epic. Epic is the complete documentation of the requirements for the complete application.
Okay. So
So
first the Epic is created and then
yes,
accordingly the user stories are
yes,
created. Is it?
yes.
Okay. Okay.
User
Then
stories
it
are
makes sense.
created, and then not all the user stories are pulled at once. Yes
Mm.
or no? Based on the duration or the complexity, or what is based on the priority, we are going to pick the stories. Not
Mm.
we, but the BA does that, right?
Got it. Got it.
I've
Then
explained this. Yeah.
okay.
Okay. What are the principles of agile methodology? I think you know this. End-to-end scenario of an OTT app for watching IPL. Boys are pro in this. Okay. So I want everybody to watch on an OTT platform. Please do this. I cannot give you scenarios. You need to do it. Okay. That is when you come across different scenarios. Now, defect life cycle. Okay, fine. But in the defect life cycle, please make sure that you mention about some more points that you have. request for enhancement, or not a not a bug, invalid. All these options you have, right? So try to cover those as well. But if the interviewer stops you while explaining, then please stop and concentrate on the next question that he's going to ask you. Okay, please understand the question and then answer. If you don't understand, please ask him to repeat the question. Tell him, ask him to repeat the question again. Okay, could you please repeat the question, or can you please put it in some other form? If you are not understanding the question, say that. Okay, now managerial round questions. Tell me about yourself. Okay, which type of testing you have done, and explain me about your project. Okay, this could be asked. Roles and responsibilities, along with what skills you have. Do you understand between the skill sets and the responsibilities? Right, I have shared some of the sample points for role as QA. Okay, if you have worked on different roles, you can mention different roles, like maybe trainee, or associate, or a lead, or a senior. Okay, so that is what role means here. And when it comes to responsibilities in for that particular role in that organization or in that project, what was the responsibility that you took up and you did? Okay, skill is something that you have. Okay, you have knowledge in this, you have worked on this. But when it comes to responsibility, don't try to elaborate. Okay, when they ask you about the skill sets, try to explain. Okay, in this particular section, say you know how to use Android Studio. In Android Studio, what all you know, I mean, what all you can perform. You know to take logs, you know to create an emulator for different OS versions. Okay, so you can explain. But when they ask about the responsibilities, all that is not required. That is not the responsibility. That is what you know. Okay, that is your skill set. But in responsibilities, what actually we're performing, that is enough. Okay, now again, whatever I've shared with you on WhatsApp, that it doesn't mean that you have to say the same thing. Okay, I've just shared you one sample uh, uh, what points, some sample points. Please go through that and try to understand, then prepare your responsibilities points. Okay, can you explain me agile methodology with respect to your project? Try to explain agile methodology and tell them, I went through these meetings, this is how it was, what is the duration of the sprint, and when it comes to different meetings, how it was actually held in your organization. So try to explain all that. Okay, how you wrote the test case. Tell them the attributes included so and so, and we used to write test cases as soon as the requirement, as soon as the sprint planning meeting was done. We took 2 to 3 hours to try to understand the requirement, and if we had any doubts, we approached BA. We got those what doubts clarified, and then I started writing test cases. Meanwhile, the developer started working on the development. So you can say all that. Okay, how you wrote test cases, and which tool you have used for test case management. Again, this is already covered. Which test case design technique you have used, you mentioned. In which format you are getting requirements in your company. Where are you getting, in which format you are getting? Guys,
We can also say this wireframe diagram, ma'am, or we just need to tell the documents, CRS and SRS
see,
documents.
even if you get the what mock-ups,
Mock-up, okay.
you will have to have a document which
Yes.
elaborates each and see, if you get mock-ups, it just might be with respect to UI, or sometimes it might be a flow diagram.
Images, yeah.
Okay, it might be a flow diagram. If it is a very if the flow of the application is very lengthy, too many what flows are there, then you need a flow diagram. Okay, that is just a representational document. Okay, which is actually helpful for you. In just one page, you can see the whole flow. Okay,
So
that
we
will
can
help
say,
you. But that is not a requirement document. Requirement document will have
CRS.
points. It will have points. Okay, you might have the BA might have got it in that way, or BA might have prepared it. And how actually you are getting the points in the sprint planning meeting, the BA is going to convert those into acceptance criteria in the Jira.
Okay.
There he's going to convert it into acceptance criteria, or he's mentioning it under acceptance criteria or as acceptance criteria, and that is what has been explained to everybody in the development team. When I say development team, everybody, developers, testers, everybody. Okay,
BA explained as the acceptance criteria in sprint planning meeting. You should
But
say
you
that.
have to mention the previous point, CRS, SRS, all those
Okay.
things you have to mention. And then, I mean, you have to explain it like a story. Okay. Because just one part of your answer might be what the interviewer might have expected. But how do you know what interviewer is expecting? So I want you guys to tell the story in a very brief way. Do you understand this? So let him expect whatever he wants. For this point, you are not understanding where exactly I need to mention. Should I say CRS or should I say that we were getting it in Jira? Actually, his expectation would be CRS only. But try to explain actually what actually happens when by the time it reaches you. How are you getting? How are you getting? Your company is getting it in which format? BRS. The BA is going to convert it into CRS, right? And by the time it reaches you, how do you see it? So everything you are going to cover, correct? Understood?
Yes.
Okay. Next, ask more about previous project related question, like how you wrote test case. Maybe this was some interview questions which somebody has posted. How you raised a defect. Okay, how do you raise defect in Jira? I want you to explain. All those
Whenever,
buttons you should remember.
yes, ma'am. Whenever I found a defect while testing, like I will log into the Jira tool, wherein I'll go to the project, and then I'll go to the backlog, and I'll select the bug type as or issue type as bug, and I'll
Don't
enter the
say you will go to
description.
backlog. There are multiple ways or multiple options that you can click on create issue.
Okay.
I've shown you, right? Don't always
Okay.
say you can also create a bug in the board.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, there are multiple ways or multiple locations where you can start or try to create bugs. Okay, so say directly that I'll have a button as create issue. I'll click on that. Start from there. Okay. There I will select bug option and bug report page will be shown, which consists of so and so categories or options. So or fields. Okay. So there I'll mention the steps to reproduce the header of the issue. Okay. And then what else? Priority. Attachment we have, and we can priority attachments where we can attach the screenshots or the recordings. Okay, so all these things you need to mention. You know everything. Okay, so just go ahead with that. And also you need to assign it to the developer. If you don't assign it to any developer, it will just stay there forever. Okay, how will the developer know that you have raised a bug? Right, got it, right? So that is how he's going to get the notification that you have raised a bug. Afrin, you're breaking. I don't know. Is it the issue from my end?
No, Apurva, she is breaking out.
Afrin, please make sure your network has a good strength. Okay. What is next? Which severity? Where was I? Which question wise? Which project related? This one. How will you get to know you wrote all test cases?
If the application is bug free.
Great answer.
How will we know if we have written all the test cases, Apurva?
What
That is like a never-ending thing, right?
True, but what interviewer is expecting here is, somebody wants to say something? Someone said, you wanted to say something? Okay, never mind. So what he's expecting is traceability matrix. Okay, I mean, that is not the typical answer, but I feel that he is expecting this one. Okay, you can say that how will you get to know you wrote all the test cases? First thing, you prepare as soon as you write test cases, you prepare the traceability matrix, wherein you get a confirmation that, okay, I have covered most of the test cases. Okay. Now you get those test cases reviewed by your peers, where again you get to know that whether you have covered all the cases. Am I right? Guys, yes or no? Right? You will get it reviewed. Next, even after completing completion of your test case documentation, you keep on updating your test cases. So that can be described as a never ending process. Okay, any time later you can go ahead and update your test case. Okay, but ideally what they're expecting here is, before you execute, before you give the sign off, how do you make sure that you have written all the test cases? That means, how do you make sure that your coverage is really good? Okay, so 2 points you can mention, very 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 important points. I'm sorry, when one is the traceability matrix and the other one is the review. Okay, maybe I have missed, because there are chances that I might miss a corner case. See, again, here when you say that I will get it reviewed, it doesn't mean that, or it shouldn't showcase you in such a way that you cannot, your creativity is not good, or you always depend on others. Okay, you shouldn't showcase yourself in that way. Just tell them there are chances that I might have missed some corner cases or edge cases, which also needs to be covered. So maybe the other person, my peer or my lead, from whomever, whoever is the person. So if I get it reviewed by them, okay, there are chances that they might also help me in covering some of the cases. Okay, do you get the difference? So you should show that you are independent. Clear on this? Where were we? I'm sorry.
10th question, Apurva.
All right. How will you get to know you wrote all the test cases? Give one wrong scenario on YouTube and tell me to write. Give one wrong scenario on YouTube and told me to write a defect report in paper. Defect report part. These are two different questions. Defect report in paper. What do you mean by defect report? Bug report or defect report? Everybody knows, but I'm very sure you will not be able to answer this.
That describes like how we found the defect or what the defect does and the priority of the defect.
A defect report is nothing but, yeah, that's right. But in Jira, whenever you raise a bug, you can say that you will report a bug. That's right. I'm not saying it is wrong, but whenever you report the bug, what all you do, how you raise the bug, that is nothing but you are reporting the bug. Okay, defect report is nothing but what are all the categories, all the or the fields that you have in your Jira when you start raising a bug. Okay, when you have to raise a bug, you have all the fields, right? So that is nothing but write defect report in paper. Mention all those points. Summary of the defect. Next, defect. What is that? Summary of the defect. Steps to reproduce. Frequency. I mean, mention all that. Okay. Attachment. Priority. Priority is nothing but priority of the bug. Okay. All these things you have to mention, whatever is being taught to you in your manual class. Okay. The other part was give one wrong scenario on YouTube. That means they're asking you for a negative scenario, negative test case. Okay, this is very simple. I mean, they have just asked one, but yeah, you need to explore some of the applications. Okay, and then come up with different scenarios. Okay, from now onwards, whichever applications you use on your phone, be it WhatsApp or frequently used applications or very rarely used applications, try to install it. Try to do installation, uninstallation, and whatnot. Whatever you can do, try to explore. Okay, and try to understand the application. Okay, can you tell me one high severity and low priority defect with respect to your project? This we have covered. On what basis you will give the severity for test cases? Okay, severity for test cases. So with respect to the functionality, do you agree? Any points here?
Agreed, Apurva.
Any other points? Does anybody have any other points?
Severity depends on the requirements. So it can say that, and also the business.
See, priority is, when I say priority, how soon that particular issue has to be fixed, or even in the test cases, we define the priority of, the test cases, priority of the test cases we define. That means how important this particular test case is, right? But when it comes to severity, it again depends on the yes, functionality or how it is actually affecting the customer business workflow, right? Severity is nothing but that. Do you know about our company? Okay, they might ask you this question. So whenever you get a call from any of the company, please go to their website, see where that company is located, whether it is a product based company, service based company, which are all the clients they serve, if it is a service based company, and if it's a product based company, which products they have. Okay, since how long they are there, get to know like who are the founders, and do some research on that. Okay, what is the state, and if it is a product based company, into which domain they are. Okay, if their application is accessible on your Google Play Store or App Store, please try to access it. If they do not have anything as such, then yeah, whatever information is possible, I mean, to do a research from your end, please do it. Okay, please try to know about that company. And if they ask you this question, you can just tell them the same thing. Okay, whatever you know. Do you have any questions for me? Yes, this is a very important question. Okay, you need to ask some question, at least one or two questions, to the interviewer at the end of the interview. So basically, you can ask, some of the easiest way of asking this question is, see, again, that shows that ideally what happens, it doesn't show that you need this job desperately. You also have some ethics, work ethics, where you want to know how the work culture of this company is. Okay, you can ask, could you please explain me how the work culture of this company is? And if you have any other questions, any doubts you have, please ask them. Okay, they'll be happy to answer. Don't ask about the salary. Okay, don't never, please don't ask about the salary, because in the first round itself, obviously they would have called you and they would have asked you about your current CTC or expected CTC. Okay, anyways, you might have mentioned some amount, say 5 LPA, 6 LPA, 10 LPA, whatever. Okay, so if they're okay with it, then only they're going to proceed your profile with the first round or the second round. So please don't ask about, discuss about that with your manager or in your technical, any of your technical rounds. But when it comes to HR round, yeah, the main reason they're going to talk to you is to discuss about your salary. Okay, they'll only ask you, are you open for negotiation, or they would say, okay, we'll offer you whatever you have asked for. Okay, I mean, that depends again from company to company based on their budget. Okay, but in the technical round, please don't ask about the salary. Very important. Okay, how many squares are there in 4 into 4, 4 cross 4?
How many squares are there in 4x4? What 4x4, Apurva?
Okay,
Like, is it a combination of 4 diagrams or something, or grids?
okay, this shows these are some of the questions, like if you have this. Okay, I'll just draw it in. So if you have a box, okay, where you have 4 columns and 4 rows. Okay, 2, 3, 4. 1 second. I mean, this is also my analysis, but I don't know what the interviewer is expecting, but I hope this is the right answer. I mean, what I'm thinking is right. Okay, so when they say 4 cross 4, okay, this is what it is. How many squares are there here? How many squares do you see?
30.
24.
I take it as 30.
30? How?
30,
Can you
30,
explain?
The big square itself has 1,
Hmm?
and 4 small squares, the left corner, right corner, bottom left corner, and the very center adjacent corner, which is as another 1.
Okay.
And all the four corners, the small boxes. So
Okay.
that itself as 4 into 4 will be 16, and this 4 20, the bigger one 21, and the center one 22, and respective all the corners 6, adding up to 30.
Great. Let others think. Okay. All right. Okay. a few more questions. I think like couple of days back somebody asked me this question, but I knew about it like when I did my course. There's a cake. You have to cut the cake into equal parts, and you are allowed with only 3 strokes. So how do you do it?
Come again, Apurva. There is
Okay,
a
you
cake.
have a cake. Okay, this is a
Okay.
cake,
Mhm.
and you have to cut it into equal parts.
Okay.
I mean, the size, everything should be equal. I'm
Okay.
not. I don't want to know like. 1 second. You have to cut it into equal parts, and
Mhm.
now you have only 3 strokes to cut the cake. So how do you do it? Each and every piece should be of equal what volume, or it should weigh the same way.
Okay. Can we do it in a Y format?
I
No,
don't know.
V
You
form.
have to tell me.
From V format, ma'am. Half of the diagonal here, then again here and here.
Somebody, can you turn on your camera and show me?
Huh?
Yeah, you have to do it in that way. Otherwise, I'll not understand. Even the interviewer won't understand. Huh. I'm stopping screen share. Afreen, turn on your camera and just try to explain. You have a cake like this.
From half of the diagonal, I'll go with the like diagonal, okay? Half of it till the center.
Diagonally.
Diagonally, half the diagonal I'll go. I'll not cut it like diagonally completely.
Okay.
Half of it at the center of the cake, okay?
Okay.
Then onto the other side, opposite of that diagonal, I'll come this side. Opposite in a sense, in the same side, like
So,
right side only.
there is a circle cake, okay, and
Okay.
you cut in the shape of V up to center.
Okay.
Is that what you mean? I mean, is that what you mean?
If it's a circle, I thought of it's a square cake, ma'am.
No,
But
no,
then,
it's a circle. It's a circle.
yeah.
Circular cake. No, square cake. No, that's a circle cake. Puneet,
Apurva.
got some idea?
I go with cutting it as a Y format.
Y format. So
Yeah.
you mean to say up to the center, you make it as V, and
No,
once
no, no.
to the other.
One stroke.
Can you turn on the camera, please, and show me?
I
Just
don't.
or write it on your on a sheet of paper and take a screenshot and send it on WhatsApp right away. That
Okay.
will be helpful.
I'll try doing that.
Guys, others, please think about this. This is a very simple question. I mean, as a fresher, most of you would have come across this, but since you have not worked as freshers, I thought Puneet would answer this because he's actually into working in a company, right? So he might have faced these kind of questions when he was a fresher. That's the
Ma'am,
reason.
can we use circumference by three times? You want it in the number
Circumference
of the circle, divide by 3. Like,
How
three
do you
times.
cut it? You have 3 strokes.
Yeah.
Do you get that? If you can write it on a sheet of paper, please
Have
explain
to send
how
it in
do
the
you.
group.
Okay.
No, do I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to send it in the group?
Yeah, send
Okay.
it on the group. Write one circle and then show me how are you going to cut it. Okay, great. But how sure are you?
Mhm.
This works. This works. But
Okay.
this is one option, and the other option is somewhere like I'll just
You want us to think out of box option, is it?
exactly. That is what. So let me not show. Think about it. I mean, this is not a very important question, and most of the seniors. I mean, if you're looking for a senior position or not, I mean, not a junior position, then they wouldn't ask you. But yeah, so this actually helps in thinking. How do you analyze? Okay. Next question. How many squares are there? Okay, there are a few more Amazon interview questions, catch point interview questions. I remember in my initial days, I had attended catch point interview. All right, but I got rejected. Okay, Tech Mahindra interview questions, non-technical questions. Why are you looking for job change? Can you tell me? Okay, guys, what I want you to do is uh, in the document that I have shared, manual testing project related interview questions. Okay. So there is a section called non-technical question. Okay. Please go to that section, and you have multiple number of questions where um huh okay, commands you've come across. Okay, go through all the questions, and if you have any if you're not able to answer any of the questions, please come back. We'll discuss about it on Monday. Okay. So I think your last class would be uh, probably Wednesday, or I'm not even sure whether I'll be taking class because I'm actually into job change. So if I start from Monday, then I don't know if I'll be able to take class. So yeah, will you be able to attend the class on Sunday, just 1 hour, so that we'll wind up. If you have any doubts, we'll discuss about it. Okay, we'll discuss on that and we'll wind up. Is that okay for you?
Apurva, we have mock on Saturday, right?
Right.
Okay. After
That's
that
right.
also we have classes.
No, we you don't have classes, but I wanted to discuss
Okay,
on some of
discuss
the
on.
questions. That's
Okay,
all. That's
got
all.
it, got it. Okay.
Okay.
Ma'am, ma'am, once you share the project class syllabus, no, ma'am,
Okay.
some of the topics I think it's like the discount price using manual formula.
Sorry,
Like,
sorry. What is that?
there's a topic there, ma'am. Discount price using manual formula. This and all.
Discount price using manual formula.
Yeah, it's mentioned there. Yeah.
Can you
So
share
I'll share
that?
it. Yes, ma'am. I'll share it
Can you
with you.
share that in group?
Yes, ma'am.
Apurva,
Mm-hmm.
when we say a negative test case for an e-commerce domain website, a negative integration test case,
Mm-hmm.
what is the simplest example we can give for that?
Can somebody try? I don't want to say anything now. Okay, the forum is yours. You guys have to tell me.
Can you repeat? Like I didn't hear properly.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the question was the easiest negative integration test case for the e-commerce domain.
Easiest ones from, for example,
Like you can tell the test case in just one line kind of thing. Or maybe a very basic integration
yeah,
test
yeah.
case.
Like you're trying to select a product in a product listing page, and then you're trying to go for the product description page, and it's not working. You can put it in single
How,
sentence.
how does it become a negative test integration?
That is a bug, Afreen. If it is not working, it's a bug. What he is saying is negative case.
Okay.
With respect to your actions, what is that negative action that you're performing?
Okay.
That is his point. Okay, no problem. Puneet, simplest. There are so many examples I can give you. So you are in the product details page. You click
Mhm,
on add to cart multiple times in one shot, and it
mhm,
should take you to the cart page. Okay,
mhm.
click on the same button multiple times. I mean, the next test case. See what the count is showing in the cart icon.
Mm. You have
Okay.
explained this example, Apurva.
I have
Apart
covered
from
this.
this,
So,
yeah,
what? I mean, do you want some more examples?
yes, Apurva.
Was this asked anywhere
No,
for
no,
you?
no. I was just going through the integration test cases and all that. I
Okay.
was just studying the topic and I
Huh.
tried figuring out negative test
Okay.
cases for
You
the
are in the
integration.
payment. You are in the payment screen. Okay.
Hmm.
You provide all the shipping details. You provide all the card details. Okay.
Hmm.
And for some reason, you were in doubt, like what are all the products that you selected.
Hmm.
I'm 100% sure in the next page, in the payments page, once more there would be a preview of all the products that you have in your cart. But
Correct.
for some reason you want to go back.
Hmm.
You click on the back button,
Hmm.
and now you review, okay, what are all the products that I have added, and then you come back. I mean,
Hmm.
you go to the next page. Now
Hmm.
will the data be present or not? If you're checking that, going back and forth, okay, whether the data is saved or not. Ideally, it should not be.
Yeah.
Correct? So
Yeah.
that is, you're checking something by performing some back and forth action, which is actually the negative way of doing it. Ideally, you shouldn't do it.
I
Right?
did not understand, Apurva.
Okay. So you're in the payment, not payment.
Ma'am, I got one. This one, ma'am. For example, while applying the coupon, I'm applying something wrong coupon. Right?
That's
So
an
But it is a
invalid.
valid. That's a valid. If you are applying a wrong coupon, it is not working. That is that the application is working fine.
No. I'm applying invalid, but it's working. Like I'm checking for the negative, right? Like negative means I should give negative data. I'm
Mhm.
purposefully doing it.
But that's a bug. If it is working, it's a bug.
If it's not working,
See, he asked for integration scenario.
yes, ma'am.
Right? But you are explaining about the functional scenario. See, if it is working fine, okay, if in the requirement it was defined, like if you give negative, some invalid code, if it has to accept, if it was mentioned in the requirement, then if it was mentioned in the requirement, then it is not a bug. That will be a positive case, correct? Now, if in the requirement document,
if we generalize negative test case means we are putting invalid value, and then and it should show the integration also, right? How will it show if it's negative? Like if I give
how can it be integration? See, whenever you give some, okay, try to understand. Okay, tell me, what is your doubt?
My doubt is like, what is negative integration test scenario? It's like I'm giving invalid data, right? And we're testing with invalid data. It obviously, if it's work, if it gives me the right output, it means there's a bug because I'm giving invalid value, right?
So how do you explain this?
How to show the integration then? How to show the integration, ma'am? Like if I say that there's an integration happening, then you're saying it's a bug.
It is a bug.
Yes, ma'am. Then how will they show the integration?
You are just mentioning about the functionality workflow. See, combine 2 to 3 pages or back and forth action. Okay. So ideally,
so back and forth action will be negative test case then. Like
see, that is just an example. Just an example. But not always. The flow has to be there. When you're performing something in one screen, that has to reflect in some other screen. Reflection should be present.
Okay,
that
so
is
we
when
can say that like we are working on an application. All of a sudden, the network, I'm offering the network, like disabling the network.
Right. Now, what will happen? That part you have to explain. You click on some button, simultaneously you turn off your Wi-Fi. Or internet connection. So as soon as you click on that, I mean, both should be done at the same time. So what will happen? It will take you to the next page. What actually happens there? It says there is no network connection, or sorry, internet connection. Please check your internet connection, right?
Yes.
And
so
tapping on, basically, when I say out of the box or some negative case, usually that would be done intentionally. I mean, the end user might not do it all the time. Okay. So when they ask you to enter your name, name and password, does any user, I mean, as an end user, will he enter his username and password intentionally? I mean, invalid username and password? No. There are chances by mistake he might have entered some additional special character. Instead of hyphen, he might have put underscore. I mean, without his notice, or he was not aware, and maybe because of some, or he was not conscious like what I'm typing. He was in a hurry. Instead of putting some special character, he just typed it in as 0. I mean, while typing on his laptop, he forgot to press the shift key. For @ instead, what actually got typed in there? It was 2, right? So that is all unintentionally done by the end user. End user usually doesn't do it intentionally. If the person is playing, if he wants to explore, if he wants to understand how the application, then only he is going to do it. So when I say out of the box or negative way of testing the application, you do it. Tell me who is the person, I mean the end user, who is going to tap on the button like 10 times at once? Does anybody do? Do you do it as an end user? I mean, have you done it these many days? No, but now you will be doing it. So what ideally you do, you have to break the application. Your goal is to break the application. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Okay.
Ma'am? Yes, ma'am. With the same thing, can you say like this, ma'am? I applied the coupon and I got the discount, but later I removed those items.
You cannot
And I'm
say
checking.
I
Is it
remove the
applying or not?
items. You can say I'll try to remove the discount. Is that possible?
Cancel.
That's actually
No,
not
no,
possible.
no. I'm just checking that even after removing that amount of products, is it still the
available or
coupon is
not?
applying or not?
Yes, that can be considered. I mean, that will be again, that is again a positive case. That is an integration scenario, but that is again a positive case. Positive case.
Yeah, but I come across this one in Agio, ma'am. Like, I selected few items,
Okay.
say four products. Okay. The coupon was like the billing amount is more than 3,000, then only the coupon will apply. Okay. So when I selected 4 products, the coupon applied.
You're breaking. Your voice is breaking.
Got the discount. As soon as the am I audible,
yes.
ma'am?
Go ahead.
Yeah. As soon as the coupon.
We lost you again, Afreen. Afreen, I'm not able to hear you. Guys, can others hear Afreen clearly?
No, Apurva.
Okay, fine. Afreen, we cannot hear you. I think like even you cannot hear us. That's the reason you are just continuing with your question, but I'm not able to hear you, Afreen. Please drop and rejoin.
Yeah, I dropped and rejoined, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah. Tell me. So after more than 3,000,
if it is more than, will be applied. Yes. So I applied successfully. Okay. After I got the discount, before proceeding to the payment, I cancelled few products which I don't want. Like I selected only one, but still the coupon is applying and I'm getting the discount. So will it be a defect or what, ma'am? Like, are they doing it purposefully?
The action that you performed is a negative action. Yes, I agree. And you got a bug for the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I selected this Agio only for
this is a negative action. Okay, fine. You understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, others, do you agree with this? Did she do a negative flow?
Yes.
Right? Okay. Okay. Any question? Any other question? Sorry, Puneet, did I answer your question?
No,
I was sorry. I was giving you some example, right?
Yes.
Okay. Assume that you are in the okay, you are in the shipping details page. Okay.
Okay.
You provide all your address. I mean, all information you provide, and you click on next button or submit button, whatever. Okay. Next page will be the payment information. Like you have to provide your card details. Let's say you are using your card. Okay. You provide all your card details. Okay. Now, once you mention all your card details in those fields, for some reason or intentionally, you click on back button or you tap on the back button. Okay. Now, where you will land? In the shipping page.
Yes.
Correct? Now, again, you don't do anything or you change the address and now you click on next or submit. Okay. Now, you're in which page? Enter card details page. Enter card details page. There only you will be there. I mean, you will land in the same page. Now, tell me, should the data be saved or not?
No, it should not be saved.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
See, if it is not saved, okay, it is working as expected. If it is saved, then it can be raised as a bug. But the action that you perform, like going back and coming, going back and then you came to the same page, okay, that can be considered as a negative action. Usually, whenever the user uses the application, he's going to select the address or add a new address, and then only he's going to come to the payment or the card details page. Correct?
Correct.
Usually. But you're going back and then coming to the previous screen I mean, the card's detail screen, and then you are checking whether the data is present or not. Correct? So ideally, this case can be missed. Okay. So this also can be considered as a negative case.
Okay.
Okay. Or tapping, see, simple examples, try to remember this. Tapping multiple times on the same button. Okay. Turning off the internet. Sometimes what will happen, the interviewers are also smart. Other than these examples, please give me some more examples.
Yeah.
What you need to do is you have to explore the application. See, take your phone, open that application, and try to explore. Do some monkey testing on that application. Okay. Book order some products, cancel it, see after cancellation what will happen, if it is cancelled or not. I mean, there are too many things that you can test. Okay. Don't go to just payments itself. Like, even in the initial stage also, you can see so many things, so many negative scenarios. So please try to explore. That is when you will have better understanding on all the features that you have in an application. Okay. That's the reason I'm telling you, whichever application you are showing in your resume, please explore it every day. Each day, 1 hour, you have to sit and explore. That is where you get confidence to explain your project and give some examples when they ask you on your project, especially. Okay. Okay. So in that particular this one, document that I have shared with you, manual testing interview questions. So there is something called as, go through all the questions, and if you have any questions, we'll connect back and we'll discuss on that. So today's Thursday, right? So we can discuss about all those questions tomorrow. We'll discuss about it tomorrow. Okay, if you have any questions. Works?
Sure, Apurva.
Okay, but what I want you guys to do is go through those questions. First, only if you go through those questions, then only you'll be able to ask questions, right? So we can discuss some of the examples or any real-time questions if you have, we can discuss. And it doesn't mean that once your project class is done, no, you're not allowed to contact me or anybody here. Okay, not since the project class is getting over, it doesn't mean that you are not supposed to contact me. You can ask doubts. I'm also in QC18 group. If you have any questions, please post those questions. Okay, if you were asked any of the questions in the interview, please post those questions. Okay, if you are not confident on some part of the concept, okay, please ask. You can call me if it is really urgent. Okay, if there's an emergency, you have an interview and you need some clarifications on any of the questions, please do call. Okay, all of you. All right, thank you so much. We'll connect tomorrow. Tomorrow it's Friday, probably last day of our QC18 batch project class. Okay, all the best. We'll connect tomorrow, guys. Okay, please prepare well.
Yep. Thank you, Apurva.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, sorry. 1 second. I'll just go through that. Okay. What is domain? What are the domains we have in the market? Types of application. Business models. Okay. Explain one exploratory project, e-commerce application in detail, business flow, taxonomy, write a test plan, write test cases, 3 to 4 features, and write, okay, simple feature, medium feature, complex feature. Make a team and assign remaining features as assignment. Now explain backend architecture, log the defects in Jira, how to prepare weekly test execution report, download defect report, how do we get the build for testing. Okay, explain the process in MNCs. Did I cover this? This is actually important. Did I cover this? How do you get builds for testing? Guys, did you all drop? Okay, everybody's there. Okay, did I cover that question? How did you get your builds for testing? Am I audible?
You are audible, Apurva.
Okay. All right. Okay, release notes. So here, when it comes to release notes, see, these questions, they might not ask you. Okay, most of the times they're not going to ask you any of these questions. So when it comes to release notes, when you revise note is nothing, a release note is nothing but a documentation that you actually provide during the release to the client. Okay, so what all it consists of? How do we prepare? So we'll make a list of all the information regarding the application. Okay, so if it is a feature, then how does that particular feature work? Okay, and what are all the special features, if there is any bug that has been found. Okay, when I say found, it doesn't mean that it is not fixed, but if there are any very minor issues, or if there are any critical issues that were actually encountered, and along with the status, these are fixed, these are still in open state. It doesn't mean that when you are actually providing the or releasing the build to the client, it doesn't mean the application is bug free. So have you heard about something called as defect release, defect
Leakage.
release,
Yeah.
bug release? No, not leakage. Leakage is it gets unnoticed and
After
it will be
production.
released, correct? But there is something called as bug release. So along, though you know, like there is a bug in this particular build or software or application, even though you know it, you're going to release it to the customer, and you mention that these are the bugs that we are aware of, and we are going to give the fixes for these in the next sprint or in the next release. Not sprint, but release. Release is the word that you need to mention when it comes to client. Okay, so he's going to get the all the fixes not in the next build, instead in the next release, correct? But what do you mean by release? Release is the process of providing the builds to production, correct? Okay, so when do we prepare? Before before the release, we actually prepare the release notes. Okay, why do we prepare? So assume if I don't mention the bug that is actually existing, we all know that there is a very minor bug. Some of the minor bugs are there, which is still existing, and we thought like it is not of high priority and severity, but somewhere down the line it needs to be fixed. So with this idea, if I actually release the software to the client with those minor bugs, it needs to be informed. Why? Because there are chances that the client or the end user finds those bugs. There are chances. Okay, if he finds those bugs, then he'll inform. Even though if it is a small bug or a minor bug, there are chances that he's going to escalate and things might get. It might worsen. So that's the reason we have to mention. Okay, that is the reason we have to mention all the details. Okay, how it works, like what are all the bugs which are actually existing, which are all the bugs which we had found and we have fixed it. There are also chances like they might say, see, we have found an issue, whereas wherein that particular issue which they are mentioning now, we might have already fixed it. So we have a proof to show that, yeah, we have already fixed this bug. We had found these bugs and we have already fixed it. So you cannot say that this issue is existing. So we have some proof, like, right? That is the thing. So how the project closure or retrospective meeting will happen, and what do we mean by that? What we do in that? Okay, I have told you this. Okay, this has been covered. Explain how e-commerce front and back end application works and who will do testing. Okay, customer application, seller application, how the offer and discounts will be calculated in e-commerce website. This I haven't gone through in depth with respect to offers and discounts.
Ma'am, it's given at the end, ma'am, at the end, just scroll down. It's given the formula.
Afrin, can you please ping whatever you're saying? Your voice is breaking. In product-based company, how it will be done. In service-based company, how it will be done. I don't think there is any difference here. Okay, so basically all the e-commerce applications will be done or it would be developed in they all would be product-based companies, and whatever I have explained you, please try to understand and just stick on to it. So you're going to say that you all have most of the projects that you have selected, and you can say that they're all product-based companies. Okay, so just go with the product-based company. How to explain this project in interview? Give notes for presentation. How to explain this project in interview. Give notes for presentation. Give resume points for project description. Okay, this is all done. How to explain roles and responsibilities. Okay, resume points. Hey, in the resume points, I think you have the roles and responsibilities points. In the resume class, was that discussed? Since you have already prepared your resumes, just go through the roles and responsibilities that you have mentioned in your resume, which was shared to you. Some sample resumes were shared to you, right? So you can pick the roles and responsibilities from there. Okay, whatever you know, whatever you're good with, so just try to pick those responsibilities from there. Okay, because I did not get time to review your resumes, so Gautam probably is doing it. So if you have any, does anybody have any question? Okay.
Apurva,
Yes.
did you review my resume, Apurva? Is there anything that has to be changed or anything?
Actually, I asked Gautam to do it because I was very much occupied since like
Okay.
2 to 3 days. Okay, I did not get chance to review any of them, any of the resumes.
Okay. Okay.
So please contact Gautam. So he's the sole person or POC for resume.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do, Apurva. Yeah.
Yeah, and with respect to roles and responsibilities, as I already mentioned, you can go through those sample resumes that is being shared with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just see what is that they have mentioned in the roles and responsibilities section. Okay. Okay, self reduction, pitch notes. It should cover. Okay, all this done. Real time with requirement. What is this? How much is there? Okay, this one. Hey, this is so easy. This is what you were mentioning, Afreen. Afreen, are you there?
She left the meeting, I guess. Apurva. Yeah,
All right.
she's not
If,
there.
if this is the question, I think this is the question that she mentioned. So we'll discuss on this tomorrow. Guys, please remind me so that we cover this. If the recording is still on, Afreen, please remind me tomorrow so that we can cover this. Okay? That's a very simple calculation. See, if you have 1K, a product that is being added to cart, which costs you around 1K. Okay? Then what is if the discount that you have applied or the coupon that you have applied, it says 10%. So what is 10% of 1,000?
100.
Right? So you will have 100% discount. So when you add that product to the cart along with the coupon code, okay, you apply the coupon code also, then what is the subtotal that it has to show? 1,000 rupees. Again, there will be some taxes that are added, delivery fees delivery fee that is being added, right? So all these, one thing you have to remember, like when I say the coupon code has to be applied, it will be only on the price of the product, not when you do the subtotal of the product price along with the GST. Okay, so all the GST or the taxes will not have any discounts. Okay, that will be there. Some percentage of GST will be there. GST or SGST, whichever taxes, I mean, that will be added, but the discount or the offer will be applied only on the product price, item price. So when you answer any of these kind of questions, so please be careful, okay, with respect to the test cases, if they ask you some test cases, okay, on offer or coupon codes. That needs to be applied only on the item price, not after the subtotal of taxes and delivery charges. Understood, all of you?
Yes.
So this is all about, but yeah, we'll discuss about that tomorrow. I'll just go through what is mentioned there and I'll come back tomorrow. Okay, it's time, guys, so we'll connect tomorrow. Okay, before that, please go through the questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Apurva.